Hey guys, George and Christine here. Welcome back to Big Spruce Farm. I know it's been a little while since we've published a video as far as our timeline goes. As often does the case, life got a hold of us and we had a lot of stuff to do. But we are back to work. We have some exciting things that are finally going to happen. We're hoping that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're finally going to get our well drilled. So we have to do a few things, or want to do a few things to sort of get ready for winter and get ready for that. We're not going to be doing a lot this go around, but what we are going to do is we're going to tackle, we have a large wood pile in the clear story of the big barn. It's all lumber that we've taken out as we dismantled things, and we're going to use for future projects. So we're going to denail that, clean it up, and get it all stacked and out of the way, because we want to make sure that this weekend we have completely cleared out that clear story area and closed it off a little bit from the weather. And then that's where the tractor is going to live this winter, just basically to keep it out of the weather. Currently, as you can see right here, it is just parked out in the open, and we don't want to leave it out in the weather to make it, really rough and nasty. So that's pretty much it. That's like the big task on hand. There's a couple of other little things. Health, Christine. There's a couple of other little things we're going to do, little odds and ends here and there, but basically clearing out the clear story, framing out the exterior wall, and getting the tractor sorted out and stored is the things on our list. We'll probably do a few other things this weekend, as well as just enjoying the property and hiking around and enjoying stuff. But that's going to be it. So stick with us. Maybe not the most exciting video, but necessary work that needs to get done. It'll be super exciting. All right, so we have this pile of lumber here. This is all tear out old lumber that was in the potting shed up there on the hill. And the idea is to go ahead and reclaim what we can out of this. It's, it's a mixture of different kinds of woods, but it's all good dimensional wood, and a lot of it can be reused for frame out or for paneling spots or fixing doors or whatever. So we're going to try to keep all of that. Christine is currently set up right here with a couple of sawhorses and a tarp to denail boards. I am going to go through this area and clean up the miscellaneous stuff. So any of this stuff like this old pottery and broken glass, there's a ton of wire here, and I'm not exactly sure what this wire is for, but I'm going to clean this up and I think save it for right now. Just put it in a pile inside the barn, and then clean up all this other miscellaneous and weed whack all through here. So we're then going to build a wall right here where this old bay was, and then this will become, if you will, a garage bay for the tractor. So let's get to work. All right, obviously this guy is a door to one of the hatches. Careful, baby. That's your money maker. Yep. Considering the building is partially painted white, I mean, look at that. That's fine.
I have a couple more
right?
like these.
Yeah, these just all came off that face there.
Okay.
So you can even, let's see, if we hold this up, right? Just as an idea, you know, I mean, that gets us temporarily, look at that, almost all the way to the ground, you know? For like barn stuff, that's good enough right now, for sure. I'm trying to get an idea of how much material we need to close this in.
These all come from.
Huh? Those were there. They were just under a giant pile of grapevines and weeds. So right there at the bottom of that post is sort of our measurement. So what is this? 14. Those are 16. So 16 by 10. So 16 by 10 would be pretty much fully closed in. It's about, from that edge down to the wood, it's only 6 feet. All right, so we, as you can see, are losing our light. Christine has denailed a lot of boards. There's a beautiful, let's see what we got here. Here we go. A lovely yellow-orange sunset on the horizon. We're about to clean up for this evening. We got a little bit done, and more importantly, we came up with a really good game plan on how to get this clear story area framed in using a little bit of wood that we bought months ago for a different project that we didn't wind up using, but lots of reclaimed wood from the old barn building. So that should work out pretty good. Let's get this cleaned up, and then we will see you back here tomorrow, which for us will be 10, 12 hours. For you will be right now. All right, so we got a little bit of work done yesterday, and it is now day 2. And we decided to get some 16-foot lumber from the hardware store. And a rational person might be like, well, we need the truck to do that. And I thought, why can't you use a Tesla Model 3 to haul 16-foot 2x4s from the Home Depot? That seems like an absolutely reasonable thing to do. So we did that. It worked out just fine. But we're going to get back to it today. Christine is setting up the sawhorses again, and she's going to continue to work on getting this pile of lumber denailed, because we're going to use as much of this as we can for planking. We've got a small pile here that's already denailed and ready to go. We've got a pile inside the barn. And I am going to get to work framing out this wall. Those 16 inches are going to go, or 16-foot beams will fit perfectly. It's 15 and change. So I'm going to basically frame, I'm going to frame here, I'm going to frame here, and then I'm going to run my 16s across, 3 of them, and then I'll do a little bit of blocking, probably 2 sets of blocking to stiffen it up. And that is where that wall will be. We will then use our old barn wood that we have collected here to plank it. And then eventually we will trim out this bottom part, and you see how there's a stone wall here. We will actually be connecting this stone wall and backfilling this and leveling this more. Probably putting a gravel floor in for the time being. Give me a hand for 1 second. Enough? That almost goes through a whole 4x4. Nice. Let me just see real quick. That'll work. I just got to bump these in a little bit, but it's going to get screwed right here basically, and that'll be part of my wall. So like this is, none of this is structural. You can see if you look over there, that's structural. The barn is actually resting on that. You can tell by the way the stone was laid. The way this barn was originally is that the highway used to be on the other side of the barn, and this was pasture land down to the creek. And so these were open air run-ins for the animals. And somebody at some point stacked a bunch of stone. They didn't know what they were doing. And as you can see, it's all falling and crumbling. At some point, we will come back here and stack and possibly do some cement work and firm these all up. but this building actually sits on a giant corner post, and that's what's holding it up. So I'm just trying to get these out of the way enough that I can get this structure in place. We will come and fix this around it later. Right now I want to get this wall closed in. So I'm just kind of, you can see, I mean, I'm just barely pushing it, and it's moving the whole wall. It's not, you know.
The whole stone stack, not the wall.
Yeah. I just wanted to get it far enough where I can get this 4x4 in here solid to the timber framing, which is what is going to be this wall. Super strong. There's a poor edge there. And when you get out of the way, all right, I might have to trim this in a little more to get it in there close. Doing some real farm construction. I'm not even measuring. I'm just using a penknife to draw a line on it.
All right, take two.
Let's get a couple of. Actually, let me see here. That's the way it looks now. So we're using these big timber lock screws to put these together. This may or may not wind up being a permanent wall. We may wind up trimming it sort of at the stone foundation level and getting rid of the lower part of the wall. But if we want to take it down, if you're using giant nails or, you know, whatever, you can't, you can take these out. But these are also structural for timber framing. Starting them. I'm literally just lining it up with the edge of the old structure so that when we put our boards up, that they're relatively flush. I am gonna also make sure it's plumb. I am getting into the original timber frame, so this piece of wood is pretty wonky that we're using, but we should be able to suck it in and get it.
Got a lot of sun flare right now.
Yeah, I'm staring right at it as I'm working.
It's lovely, but hard to see.
Good. That is where the wall is. but the board is so wonky anyway. It's like what's actually level, I don't know. And plumb. Trying to get 3 solid screws in that hopefully suck this into
the wall
and give us a nice that's all the Bosch has got.
Nice. That's all she needs. Thank you, Bosch.
Yeah. They make heavier duty ones. I just don't own one. I've always liked these because they're so tiny, but we're gonna have to buy a proper driver. If it can bend a 4x4, it's in there. Yeah, I mean, not the most exciting thing, except for the fact that, you know, this is our first board. We've got our frame out done, and I'm going to put these on like kind of a little bit loosey-goosey for right now. Well, actually, I am probably put 2 big ones. But this is it. We're going to screws are certainly overkill.
You have shorter ones?
That's what I got. That's what I got right now. So if I had a box of shorter ones, I'd use them. But this is what I had. So, but I'm pretty excited about this. Right? So again, this is, you know, first board to our little frame in for the, I even took a hammer and chipped into the stone so that it sit behind this existing wall. Yeah, those are definitely overkill.
Ta-da!
So board number 1.
Nicely done.
Okay.
High five the camera.
Patented fist bump high five. right, so we've got the clear story all framed in now, all with reclaimed wood from the property, things that we've torn down, and we basically saved everything. We haven't gotten rid of anything that we tore out because we knew, you know, for stuff like this may not be the permanent solution to this clear story for our garage storage area, but for right now, that gets us all closed in, gets us pretty much weatherproof for the winter, which is fantastic. We can park the garage or the tractor right here. It won't be in the rain or the snow. Now, all we need to do is just clean up this area. There's actually kind of piles. Let me just see if you can see.
Piles multiply. We try to clean up, we make them piles, and then the piles get sorted.
So you can see there's sort of a, you know, where am I pointing? Oh, here we go. So there's a pile right here.
Pile to the left of
That's
me.
just lumber.
A pile to the right.
Pile
of me.
over here, stone.
A pile behind me.
Scraps of wood. So we are now going to quickly tidy this area up. All this wood stays and is safer. It's going to be safer right now because we don't know. There's tons of other stuff. We got to fix windows and we got to fix trap doors and all kinds of things in this building to kind of get it as rain, wind, and snow tight as possible so that it is not being damaged by the weather anymore.
Which, may I note, is not critter proof.
Yeah, not even close to critter proof. But anyway, so we're saving that for those projects to see if we can reuse some of it. But for now, we just need to get it cleaned up and out of here so we can bring the tractor in. So we're going to do that right now. Well, drop it. Nope.
How'd he do?
Well,
I envisioned myself going through your brand new wall and got a little nervous. I was going to have you back it in because I'm not as good at it as you.
but it's you know, this is good. As you can see, it's completely undercover, out of the way. And I mean, it's not completely enclosed yet, but it is now completely out of the weather.
I can
So,
go back a foot if you
no,
wanted me
it's
to.
fine.
Okay.
This is like, it's, you know, it is a big enough space that it nicely accommodates the tractor, which is fantastic. You know, it will stay dry, which will help it, you know, not rust to pieces. So obviously the tractor has a nice new home. The clear story's built out and turned into sort of a garage, sort of tractor shed parking area. And then we were going to take our game camera and put it up at the very top of the property. We've actually had it deployed in the middle of the property for probably, I don't know, a month. And we've got all kinds of interesting videos and photos, mostly deer, but we've got wild turkeys, what could be a raccoon, but we're referring to as weasel bear because you can't tell what it is. It looks like a fat little black thing in the woods.
Woolly eyes.
Field mice, chipmunks. What else did we see on camera? A lot of different stuff. But so we were gonna take that up to the top of the property, and we thought, well, we haven't really run the tractor much over the last month. It would be a good idea to let it run for a bit and let the battery fully charge up. So we pulled the tractor back out. We're going to top it off with a little bit of gas, and then we're going to drive it up to the top of the property in order to put the game camera up. So let's do that real quick. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching. We're going to call it quits for this week. You know, we got the clear story framed in, we got everything cleaned out, and we got a lot of our lumber sort of denailed and stacked for future use. We still have tons of that to do. What else did we accomplish? We did a little bit of work inside the potting shed off camera, set up the game cam, so hopefully we will see some more interesting things on the property.
More weasel bears.
More weasel bears. Everybody needs more weasel bears.
Everybody.
So that's it. Thanks for joining us. If you liked the video, please click the like button and consider subscribing. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.